So after traveling to Colombia, I knew that traveling was just something that I had to do. Colombia was my first solo travel, and after going to Guatemala for only 5 days, I knew that I had to do like an extended travel. So I picked Colombia because I knew that I would be able to like pay for everything, and I had a good amount of money, and I knew that I would be able to sustain myself. So I chose to be in Colombia for 3 weeks. And mind you, I still had work and stuff, but I took off from all of that. I paid like my home bill, and I wasn't like big balling, but I had a couple $1,000s. And I just knew like if anything came up, I would be able to sustain myself. So the Colombia's trip is done, and it's a magnificent time. I pretty much do everything I want to do, and there was like a couple mishaps. Not everything was perfect, but I just knew like I had to travel more and just explore more of the world. So I came back in October, and by the summertime, my lease was ending. That the May, so my lease was ending in May, and so I kept working and stuff, and just had a couple things happen with my job, but yeah, by this time I was working and just paying my bills, and I just decided like in probably April, like I didn't want to keep paying my bills for my home, so I decided just to leave. And I just didn't know where I wanted to go, but I wanted to go somewhere where I knew I could sustain myself for at least 3 to 4 months. Like with what I had, I only had a couple $1,000s at this point, and I made the decision to go to Thailand. So May 1st is when I flew out of here, and because that's when my apartment lease was ending as well. So I just packed up everything, basically got rid of everything that I couldn't bring with me, and I had no backup plans. I had nothing. So I definitely don't recommend anyone doing what I did. But I had a couple $1,000s after buying my ticket. I had like 2,500, and I knew that I would be able to sustain myself for like 3, 4 months. That's what I was looking at. But I was also trying to find a way to make money, like while I was on the road. And I didn't have that, but I didn't want to just keep working in Austin, which is where I'm from. And I had my own apartment, a job, and I didn't want to sign another year lease. That just felt like a trap for me. And so May 1st, I hit the airport, and I take off to Thailand. It's about 17, 18 hour. Well, no, that was just to get to Hong Kong, like a 17-hour trip to Hong Kong. And then it took about 22 hours total, like of travel time. And so I was landing in Thailand May 2nd. And so, in Thailand was beautiful. Like it definitely helped me reset my nervous system. When I was first arriving, people were telling me like you don't have to worry about your luggage or anything being stolen. Like you can just leave it around. And coming from Colombia, my whole backpack had got stolen, and it was like right behind me. And I'm a backpacker, so I had my backpack right behind me. Went to a big local park. There was a lot of people there, and I put my backpack like right behind me, but like it's there, like it's right near me. The next thing you know, like somebody picks it up. I didn't see this, and they're gone. And about 5 minutes later, I'm looking around, like, oh shit, like my backpack is gone. And mind you, my passport and shit's in there. And so I ended up getting it back with like a friend's help and some police, and just it was crazy. But once I got to Thailand, I just was traumatized like from that. So I'm never just gonna leave my luggage anywhere I'm at intentionally. But essentially, that's how it basically was. Like I ended up leaving one of my luggages outside of my hostel where I was staying, and I had already left. I was on the grab, and I had remembered that I left my luggage outside, and I was like, "Fuck!" So I called my hostel, and they were like, "Oh yeah, as soon as you left, like somebody came and turned in your luggage. They saw you leave it." And I was like, wow, that's amazing. And I had like all my money and stuff in there. I thought it was gone. And so, yes, Thailand just helped me reset my nervous system, and it was great. The food, everything was like super cheap. I was just staying in hostels, just kind of getting a feel and kind of just traveling around. I started out in Bangkok, then went to Koh Samui, and then went to Chiang Mai. And those are basically the places that I went. Maybe like one other place, but Koh Samui was like a beach town. No, it actually was Koh Tao. Yeah, I was at Koh Tao. That's where I was at, and that's like a beach town. And I really loved that, but everything there was like very expensive compared to like Bangkok. And I stayed in like each of these places for about a week. And Bangkok, it was cool, but it was just kind of too much for me. Like it was cool, like if you want to like go out and just check it out. And there was a lot of foreigners there, so I made like a lot of foreign friends from like Germany, Europe, and just kind of like all over. And Bangkok was very crowded. Like if you want like to party and just that kind of lifestyle, I recommend Bangkok. But I'm not really that type of guy. I'll party here and there, but that's kind of like not like what I'm looking for when I'm traveling. I'm more looking like for the locals, like nature, and just yeah, catching the real vibe. And Bangkok just seemed like it's like a tourist town. And it was definitely great for me to land and get like a good feel. And like I said, I was in Bangkok starting out, and it was kind of overstimulating for me. And then I went to Koh Tao, which is like a beach town. And Koh Tao was awesome. Like I said, it was more expensive, but it was a great vibe. And that's one of the places where I was trying to like stay because I really liked the vibe and so many beaches. But I ended up not staying and going to Chiang Mai next. And Chiang Mai was actually probably my favorite in Thailand. Just super relaxed, super chill, great locals, great food. And that's kind of like more my vibe. That's where I met like the best people at. And that's also another big thing. The people and in Chiang Mai, they're just more real, more authentic, and just more like culturally, like more of a vibe for me. So I really loved Chiang Mai, just how chill it was, and just yeah, not too much. Like I wasn't overstimulated. And Chiang Mai isn't like the party town. Like I went to a few jazz bars there, and it was like good music and stuff. But as far as like going out and partying, Chiang Mai isn't like that type of city. So in Koh Tao, it's like a semi party town. And when I was there was like the full moon party. So there was like a big beach full moon party, and there was awesome people there as well. I met many great people, but that was kind of touristy as well. That's why the prices were jacked up and just yeah. Thailand was cool though. Like it was a great start for me leaving the country with all that I had, and that's what led me to go to Vietnam next. Because when I was in Thailand, I heard so many people talking about like Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, and just all these other places that were close by. And so I kind of had to choose like where I wanted to go for the next month, and I chose Vietnam, and I'm so glad I did. Vietnam was my favorite place that I went to during my 4 month travel excursion.